Hello, this is a presentation for YahrDisplay, and we have a Raspberry Pi custom developed with the YahrDisplay software that we'll show you in a minute. So we'll boot the Raspberry Pi now. So I've just booted the Raspberry Pi up and it's loading on the screen. And we've also customized the Raspberry Pi OS settings to include YahrDisplay on the boot up screen. You'll see it in a minute. There, the load screen shows YahrDisplay graphics. So you can see the device has booted and it has automatically started YahrDisplay application. So this happens every time, even when the Raspberry Pi device gets shut down due to an electric failure or something like that, it will still reboot into the YahrDisplay application automatically. So you don't have to worry, or the users don't have to worry about restarting it manually. And this is the YahrDisplay configuration panel. As you can see, there are observance settings and appearance settings, and these are used to control the observances and the type of observances, the time zones, the latitude, longitude values for the sunset. And then also the appearance settings can be used to control the display panel that you'll see in a minute. And so that allows you to control how you display the decedent names on the panel depending on the screen size that you have. So I'll start with configuring YahrDisplay, and the first option is to select the CSV file. I'll choose my CSV file here. So I've chosen the CSV file, and then I'll select the observance duration. I have options for 7-day and 8-day observances, and then I can choose my time zone. I'll set it to the Pacific time zone, and then latitude and longitude are optional values for the settings. So if you have latitude longitude values, we'll retrieve sunset times based on that latitude and longitude. If you don't supply any latitude longitude values, then it will default to Chicago. And for the appearance setting, you can select the plaque style, and this is customizable, meaning that the user can add any number of designs. Obviously we'll have a prescribed dimension and appearance layout, and they can choose plaque styles depending on their taste and themes. Also, the background styles can be defined on the application. These are normal JPG and PNG files, so they are fairly easy to find or create. And then you have the option to define the number of columns and rows, and these settings define how many plaque styles or plaques you display on the display panel. So this setting allows you to define or adjust the screen according to the dimension of the screen that you're using. So say if you had a vertically a vertical screen which could accommodate more number of rows, you could again provide a larger number for the rows. So depending on the screen size, you can change and play with these settings to find an optimal value for the display settings. And then you have the device number, and this is very similar to the board number that we had on the the earlier device with the LED control, just that on this one it controls the display on the continuous display on multiple screens at the same venue. And offset is also something similar, which allows you to control the offset of the decedents. I mean, say for instance, if you have 40 decedents and you want to display 10 decedents on 4 screens, each, then the offset will allow you to do that. And the font color setting allows you to define or choose the font color that is displayed on the plaque in the display panel. So you'll see it in a minute. So I've chosen a default font color, and we'll start the process by pressing on the convert button. So you can see it says conversion process has started, and the process will take a few minutes and we can wait. So once you have started the process, you can hit start. So the conversion process will still be continuing. You can see it shows you a nice status of the number of decedents in the CSV file, and currently the software is processing the observance dates for each of these entries based on the latitude and longitude values, and obviously their Gregorian and Hebrew date of death. So we'll give it some time so that it completes processing. And again, this is a one-time process, so you just have to do this process once, and every time the device starts, it'll have the calculated values. So there you see, based on the input CSV I provided, currently we have 3 observances, and you can see the dates displayed on the plaque. So this is the plaque design is one that I selected. Obviously this is something changeable, and based on the number of rows and columns I entered, it's automatically spacing and aligning, and the sufficient padding is provided to each plaque, and all that is done automatically by the software. So that's about it, and we can try changing some design styles, and that's very easy to do. And on the bottom corner of the screen we have the button to go back to the initial setting screen. I can go in and choose a different plaque style and a background. You get a nice preview there. So we'll save it, and like I said, we don't have to do the conversion every time. It's already converted. We're just changing some display settings. So clicking on start instantly takes you to the next screen, because all the values are calculated, and you can see the new plaque designs with the background. And that's how you can change your designs and appearance settings from the control panel. And also I'd like to show you what happens when the system reboots. Say for instance, if someone were to pull the power off the device and restart it. So we'll do a reboot here. Could also be done from the menu. So we are rebooting the system, and Pi is restarting. As mentioned earlier, Pi will restart automatically into our application without the user having to open the application manually. So all you need to do is plug Pi into the power source, and there you go. Pi has started with the latest observance values, and if you notice, On the Excel, we had mentioned just the Hebrew name for one of the decedents, and that's why the Hebrew name is showing for the third decedent, and for others it's not showing. So again, there is a lot of flexibility in terms of the way you can input data into the application through the CSV. So the application is smart enough to detect what values are provided to it, be it the name or the dates that you provide to it, and automatically adjust the observance and the display according to what is provided to the application. So again, that's all I have for now. So I'd like you to review this video and give me your feedback on this application. Thank you.